Hey, this is Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses, and you're watching GNR Central. Yeah!
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to GNR Central. And today we're talking about the song "Oh My God." And that was probably a lot of people's reaction when they first heard the song, because they're like, "Oh my God, this is unlike anything I've ever heard from Guns N' Roses." So the song was released back in 1999. It was included on the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie End of Days. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that the song is actually a demo that was released. The song was being rushed to include it on the film soundtrack, and Axl confirmed this in 2008 during a chat with fans. So Axl said this to a fan who asked why the song sounds like a demo in 2008. He said because that's all it was. Only at the time, having just got it together, only Jimmy Iovine knew who wanted it to sell it to the soundtrack. I saw segments of the movie referring to End of Days, which were good. As a whole later, not so much, but it wasn't ready yet. I did write an experimental piece inspired by the bits I'd seen called Daddy, Can the Devil Do Mommy and Me? He was also asked about a possible remix being released. So there is a version that's a remix with lots of new vocals and a wilder guitar intro, but it's not taken all that seriously, he told a fan. Now, what's funny about the song is that it features several people who were never considered official members of Guns N' Roses. So Dave Navarro plays guitar on the song. Even though he was supposed to join the band to replace Izzy back in 1991, he had a pretty debilitating heroin addiction at that time, if you guys have read Slash's book, and just never showed up for rehearsals. Gary Sunshine also plays guitar in the song. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Gary Sunshine actually taught Axl how to play a guitar, especially during the late 90s when he was trying to learn guitar on his own. Paul Tobias plays guitar in the song. Tommy Stinson plays bass guitar. Josh Freese plays the drums and percussion. He was Guns N' Roses drummer from 1998 to 2000, with Dizzy Reed and Chris Rock'n'Roll Pittman rocking out on the keyboards in the song. Now, the song was written around 1997, or at least that's when it first started to be written, because Axl put out a statement the minute the song was released, kind of to accompany it and explain the meaning behind the song, and he talked a bit about some of the former band members who were no longer in the band. So Axl said the following. He said the chorus, "Oh My God," deals with societal repression of deep and often agonizing emotions, some of which may willingly be accepted for one reason or another, the appropriate expression of which, one that promises a healing, release, and positive resolve, is often discouraged and many times denied. Emotionally, the song contemplates several abstract perspectives, drawing from personal expression as well as from the film End of Days and its metaphors. The appropriate expression and the vehicle for such emotions and concepts is not something to be taken for granted. Musically, the song was primarily written by Paul Hughey over 2 years ago, with Dizzy Reed writing the musical hook of the chorus. Former member Duff McKagan, as well as former employee, Matt Sorum, failed to see its potential and showed no interest in exploring. So, of course, this was written around the time that Duff and Matt were still in the band. Matt was fired around April of 97, with Duff leaving in August of 97, so it probably dates to early 97. So he said Matt Sorum failed to see the potential and showed no interest in exploring, let alone recording the piece. When the demos were played for the new band, Josh, Tommy, and Robin were, as they said, all over it. Once the opportunity was presented, the song was given the priority in our recording process. As the verse, performance, and lyrics were decided on for us, that especially includes Interscope chairman Jimmy Iovine, the choice became obvious. We were more than pleased. Mr. Roswell, who was the film's musical supervisor, agreed. Our thanks to Arnold and for all the consideration. It is this in association in which we have always felt honored. Paul Hughey, Gary Sunshine, and Dave Navarro also appear on the song, as well as Robin Fink. Robin's part was written by Paul and extensively manipulated by our producer, Sean Bevan. So Sean Bevan was Guns N' Roses' producer from about 1998 to 2000. We did about a 2-hour-long interview with him, and he used to produce records for Nine Inch Nails as well as Marilyn Manson before that. So he said Robin was not involved in the writing of the final recording, though did participate in the arrangement. All the lyrics were written by myself. Additional programming was by Stuart White. Now, Axl went on to say the fight of good versus evil, positive versus negative, man versus seemingly undefeatable, undeterrable, unrevealed, and destiny, along with the personal and universal struggle to attain, maintain, and responsibly manage free will, can be and is often frustrating to say the least. In America, our country's constitutional right to freedom of expression gives us a better chance to fight for that expression than many other countries enjoy. It can be a big gig like kicking the crap out of the devil. So what's funny is that even though Axl claims that Robin Fink played on the song, Fink himself has denied this in other interviews. And around the same time that the song came out, Axl gave an interview to Kurt Loder on MTV, which was also coincidentally around the time that Live Era came out as well. So he told Kurt Loder, so in that sense, I think it's like old Guns N' Roses as far as like the spirit and attempt to throw all different kinds of styles together. If you get to the second guitar solo in Oh My God, Paul Tobias is doing a very Izzy Stradlin Aerosmith type of riff in the middle of the song, which is a completely different thing than everything else that's going on in the music, but yet it blends. There's a disco drum beat in the post-chorus in the heaviest section of the song. We blended a lot of things. And then in 2000, there was an interview with the Hartford Courant. He said, we recorded a lot of cool songs and potential tracks. I hope Oh My God is not very typical of them. Now, Slash has also commented on the song on several occasions. So he gave an interview to Hard Rock Magazine in October of 2000. He was out promoting his second Snakepit album, Ain't Life Grand. And he said he heard the song when he went and saw End of Days. So he said, I actually heard it when I went to see End of Days at the movie theater. I didn't think much of it. My position of it is that I'm dying to listen to what Axl will put out next. The stuff that more or less precipitated the split of Guns N' Roses. Not that I mean bad or reject completely something. I have no part of it. After all, Axl and I, we could go at it, but we could also share the same vision. We had a tendency of leading toward against nature's association, messing around with the lineup by integrating elements estranged from rock music. And there's a longer version of this interview that for some reason wasn't included on this quote. And then he said, when I heard Oh My God, it convinced me that my departure had been a wise decision and that Axl and I were definitely no longer on the same wavelength musically. I really can't wait to hear what he has written since we split up. That's his work. He lives for it. He doesn't do anything else. The other day I met Izzy at my birthday party and asked him, so what's up with him? Everybody's asking themselves the same question. None of us have really changed over the years except Axl, of course. So when I left, I felt at peace with myself. And when I heard Oh My God, it comforted me that I know I didn't leave Guns N' Roses on a whim. So he also gave an interview around this time to Howard Stern. And Howard Stern is the one who brought up Oh My God. He didn't name it, he didn't say the song by name, but he said, have you heard Axl's horrible or terrible new music? And I'm paraphrasing there. But this is the interview clip from Howard Stern show from 2000.
Did you hear Axl Rose's? Did you hear his new music?
Yeah, I heard.
It was horrible, right? Tell the truth.
No, no, I'm not going to pass judgment on Axl.
You have to pass judgment.
That's what he wanted to do. Listen. That's what he wanted to do. That's why the development of that is what made me quit.
Right. It's horrible.
Whatever. It's not what I was.
It's not your thing.
It's not what I was thinking.
Right. Let me take a couple of calls here. What is it, Jim? Go ahead.
Hey, man, Slash, you're a genius. Howard, so are you.
Thank you.
Listen, Slash is the brains behind that band, man. I don't know why everyone gives Axl credit.
I'm just saying the combination of the two was very good.
I know.
Incredible music.
Hey, Slash.
But the combo...
Is the guy from Snake Pit, did he used to be in Jellyfish?
The guy that was in Snake Pit when I first started, yeah, he was in Jellyfish.
The difference what he was in. Now the band is together.
Oh, I know. Slash, you're a genius, man. I hope you bury Axl, man. No one likes him. You're the man.
Okay, I appreciate the sentiment.
Take care.
I'm not...
You're not at war.
You're not at war? Well, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
There will be a reunion. I know that. There'll be a Guns N' Roses reunion.
You know what? All right. Okay. We're not at war. It's not like I'm not,
I'm at war with Fred.
I'm the hugest Axl fan in the world because the guy's great.
All right, I hear you.
I hear you. See eye to eye on stuff.
Well, he's so great you haven't seen him in 5 years.
You can't talk to him.
Right.
No, he is great.
All right, whatever.
And he can sing.
He ruined the band.
You know what? The whole Guns N' Roses thing that was a whole band.
It was a whole lifetime ago.
No, it wasn't even a lifetime ago. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. But it
was a whole 5 years ago.
It seems like long.
Systematically, everybody sort of individually dropped off.
All right, listen, Slash, let me tell you something.
Now, even though the song was included in the End of Days soundtrack, the first time it was debuted was in a commercial for the film during the 1999 MTV Video Music Awards, and it was also featured in the trailers for the film leading up to its release. So according to sources, Rose, Jimmy Iovine, and several studio technicians stayed up all night adjusting the final mix before it was due, and producer Sean Bevan stated that Iovine personally picked the song for the soundtrack after hearing several works in progress. Now, one thing a lot of people may not know is that Dizzy Reed's roommate at the time, and he was an occasional fill-in for the GNR studio drummer, Sean Riggs, also assisted with writing the song. And let's talk a bit about the reception. So the song did not really fare too well on rock radio. It had a limited chart run of 5 weeks, peaking at number 26 on the US mainstream rock charts on the Billboard. Nevertheless, it still won a 1999 Metal Edge Reader's Choice Award for Soundtrack Song of the Year. And the Washington Post described the songs by saying, "It's a bit thicker and somehow heavier than Yester Yowl, but there's no mistaking Axl Rose, whose riveting roar remains in a class by itself." So the song has only been performed 4 times live, mostly just in 2001. It hasn't been performed since. It's appeared as an alternate song on the set list for the 2018 Not in This Lifetime tour, but it hasn't been performed live yet. And I don't think it will be played live because there's some other songs on that set list that have not shown up in any of their live shows, including Perfect Crime and You're Crazy, and of course, Oh My God, and they haven't played any of those songs yet. So that does it for my look back at Oh My God. Let me know your thoughts on the songs your song in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the like button, guys, and be sure to subscribe if you love GNR as much as I do. Also, go check us out on GNRCentral.com for the latest and greatest Guns N' Roses news. Take care.